All right, hope you guys are all doing well today. We got a video talking about the current state of the CS2 market, which has been absolutely flying the last few weeks. Whether you're looking at top tier play skins, mid tier, top tier knives, rare cases, discontinued cases, even rare stickers, everything's been absolutely flying through the roof. A lot of people have seen their inventories explode in price, and obviously it's been kind of unprecedented. You had some of these increases across all your top tier skins that we don't normally see, and now we're starting to see a decent little pullback, a little bit of a correction going on here. And this kind of happened really fast. Obviously, the trajectory of the last few weeks has been just climbing up, 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 and now we're starting to see a fast little dip in price across a lot of these top tier skins. So for example, you can look at the M9 bayonet here. You've had a 30% correction roughly in the last 24 hours. You had your Karambit Fade, another 23% correction roughly. You know, M4A1S Hot Rod has seen a almost 40% dip in the last 24 hours. So a lot of our top tier skins are starting to get sold off, and obviously there is a lot of padding because they're up so much in the last few months. But people have been asking the question, is this going to go lower? What should I do? Should I buy more? And hopefully I can answer some of those questions today. But first, I want to look at our little poll that we did on the channel. And I did ask you guys, because I always preach taking profits, especially when you see this price action, you see all this insane money coming in, all this momentum. You definitely want to capitalize, and you want to make the smart decision for yourself. You don't want to be buying the tops and getting screwed when people sell off. So I asked you guys, as the market explodes, are you guys selling your skins, realizing profits? Are you buying more, or are you holding on to what you got? And most people were holding. This was a few days ago now, so maybe this has changed a little bit. But everybody was saying they're holding for the most part, or taking some profits, which is definitely the smart way to do it. I've sold a couple things, but I'm also on the sidelines a bit. There's stuff that I want to get. I want to get a hydroponic. I want a Vulcan at some point. So another thing to mention is there's other people on the sidelines with money waiting to buy some of these dips. I don't think we're going to go super low on this dip personally. There is a lot of catalysts coming up for the game to continue to see more momentum. But I will mention something I've talked about in other videos, other people have commented it as well, is that spring and summer pullback. So this may be the beginning stages of that pullback. Obviously, this could take weeks to play out. We could actually go down here and bump right back up to new highs in this market cap. No one really knows. It's all speculation. But I will say that that whole thing with China, with the renting skins, the pump and dumps, the group orchestrating pump and dumps on different skins and just randomly like pumping them up overnight, there is a lot of factors going into play here. And it's important to remember that most of the money that comes into our game, that pumps up all of our skins and pumps up these assets, pumps up your CS2 market cap, is typically Chinese money. So they have a culture that's heavily into the CS skins. They're even loaning them out, and that's how some of these guys are making profit. And I'm sure you guys have seen some of that on Twitter, some of the posts that people are making if you follow a lot of these CS2 Twitter pages. So I think that there's a lot in the air. There's a lot of questions. I don't have all the answers, but I would say tread carefully here. This could go much lower. And if Chinese legislation comes in, they do something to change the skins game. Obviously, buff banned cases at one point. So if they add another sort of legislation or ruling in, this could really crater even lower. I don't think we're out of the woods out of this dip just yet. And so if you're on the sidelines, you're trying to figure out when to get in, I would definitely wait a week or two, definitely see how this plays out. This could be just the start of some like reactionary panic selling. This could go much lower, especially we don't know what's going on the Chinese side. If people are hoarded to the gills on these and they got to start paying back loans, yeah, this market could start freaking free falling a little bit. I don't think that's going to happen. I do have a lot of faith in this market. I think we're going to see a lot more upside going into like the summer, because you have like the Austin Major coming in. I think that the player base is going to continue to grow over the next few years, and I think there's a lot of great catalysts for these skins to pump back up. But obviously this rate, this trajectory, and how fast these skins went up is very similar to the CS2 limited test. Look at the price action here. This trajectory is getting very similar, and this may be the first leg down and then moving up higher. We don't really know. I just think there's so many questions in the air, and I would say if you have taken some profit, you're definitely making the right move, and you could probably already buy back at a lower price than you sold for. So definitely let me know what you guys are doing here. And speaking of catalysts, this is an update that was just released yesterday that I want to cover quickly in this video. We have 5 new community maps that were added to the game, and then Valve also went and added like a little weekly XP mission thingy. And obviously here it says competitive on Grill, win 15 rounds for 900 XP. So it's nice to see things being added like this to the game to incentivize people to try new maps, try different game modes, and explore. I like to see this. I think they could build on this a little bit more, and I think it would work out and get people actually playing the game, trying out different maps, competitive modes. And I think this is a step in the right direction. Now, in terms of the new maps, let's take a quick look here. I haven't actually booted up these maps in game yet. Been super busy recently, but we have Grail here, which is a very interesting looking map. I'll say you got like tentacles, some Splatoon shit looking. I don't even know what's going on with this one. We have Agency, a classic from back in the day. I'm sure you guys remember this one if you played CS:GO. I think this was like a Bloodhound operation map or something. There was like hostages and stuff. Been a while since I ripped the Agency, so that's kind of nice to see. Another one here, you have Dogtown. Very bright, I must say. Haven't seen this one in game. I guess I'm a fan of the colors, but I'm not super big into these super colorful maps. I do like the OG, like kind of grimy maps like this here. This is more of like a CS type of map to me. This is Brewery. Nice to see this one. Obviously, I haven't played in game yet. And oops, double click that. And we have Jura. So this one's actually kind of looks like cobblestone in a way. So maybe this one's pretty good. I don't know. They're just community maps. I haven't played comp on them yet. But let me know if you guys are playing these. It's good to see updates. And I do think with the Austin Major coming around the corner, I think our market will rebound. And it's just good to see that Valve's still trying their best, and they're not giving us an anti-cheat, but they're trying their best. They're doing updates, keep people engaged, and I think this is the type of stuff you want to see. Obviously, regular updates and new content keeps things fresh, keeps people engaged, and keeps the game fun. So hopefully we see more updates like this. Hopefully we actually get a working anti-cheat someday. Hopefully. But to end off this video, I will say the market cap is starting to see a dip. I think it's going to rebound at some point, but I don't think we're out of the woods. It might be a few weeks. And I do want to hear from you guys. Let me know if you are buying at these levels. Let me know what you've sold, if you sold anything, and your plans or strategy going forward. Either way, this is an alternative market. Dips are bound to happen. Obviously, dips can get bought up at any time, and I do think we're going to see a nice buying opportunity around the corner. So let me know what you have your eyes on. Maybe dollar cost averaging the cases in a couple weeks once this sort of plays out a little more. I'm personally sitting on my hands, but I do have money on the side that I want to put into the market at some point. So I will be buying up the dips when I get that chance, when it feels right. So let me know your guys' thoughts. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I'll get to them. And have a good one. Take it easy.